27 years after River Phoenix's death, Joaquin made a heartbreaking confession. Brothers River and Joaquin Phoenix shared a remarkable upbringing. Born into an infamous cult, they both blossomed into iconic young actors, garnering widespread fame and attention for their sharp, dramatic instincts and their dreamy blue eyes. But on October 31st, 1993, their stories tragically diverged when River, aged just 23, died on Los Angeles' Sunset Boulevard. And for almost 3 decades since that fateful night, Joaquin remained largely silent about his brother's death. Until now. Certainly, River was one of the most exciting actors of his generation. After his breakout role in the 1986 film Stand By Me, the teenager went on to become, just 2 years later, an Oscar nominee for his performance in Running on Empty. The young star was a household name by the early 90s when the devastating news of his untimely death hit the headlines. But in the outpouring of grief that followed, Joaquin remained mostly quiet. And now, 27 years later, he's finally opened up, offering a heartbreaking confession about his late brother. The story of the Phoenix brothers actually starts a long way from Hollywood. River, the older of the pair, was born to parents John Lee Bottom and Arlen Dunetz in August 1970. They lived a bohemian lifestyle and joined the Children of God religious cult 2 years later. Then, with John Lee and Arlen working as missionaries for the group, the family found themselves living in the Venezuelan capital of Caracas. During his time in Venezuela, River, along with his sister Rain, performed on the streets of Caracas for money. Ever the entertainer, River was able to sing and play the guitar from a young age. But in 1978, the prospect of a future as a street artist in Caracas disappeared for the boy. That's when John Lee and Arlen, disillusioned with the Children of God, moved the family back to the United States. It was at this point that River's family changed their surname from Bottom to Phoenix in order to symbolize their fresh start. They settled in Florida, where River and some of his siblings, Rain, Joaquin, Liberty, and Summer, took a shine to acting. The children's talents began to attract attention, and the family subsequently moved to California so that they could pursue careers in dramatics. River started his career starring in commercials, but his first break came after he appeared in an adaptation of 7 Brides for 7 Brothers in 1982. 3 years later, he went on to star in the TV movie Surviving and also bagged his first cinematic film role, appearing in Explorers alongside Ethan Hawke. However, it was River's second movie that would give him his breakout role. In 1986, he starred in Stand By Me. It's a coming-of-age film that tells the tale of 4 boys who go in search of the body of a missing youngster. In the movie, River plays the troubled teen Chris Chambers, who comes from a family with a reputation. River's performance in Stand By Me earned the young actor rave reviews and set him on the path to stardom. And for his next flick, he starred alongside Harrison Ford in The Mosquito Coast. Then in 1988, River appeared in the critically acclaimed movie Running on Empty, with his performance earning him an Oscar nomination. Throughout the late 1980s and early 1990s too, River appeared in a number of movies. This allowed him to showcase his skills in a diverse selection of genres spanning action, comedy, and drama. Off-screen, meanwhile, the actor used his newfound fame to highlight some of the causes he was passionate about, including animal rights and environmentalism. River, you see, had been a vegetarian since the age of 8. Later in life, the actor then became a strict vegan. And in a 1989 interview with the New York Times, he explained his rationale behind this decision. He said, "When I was old enough to realize all meat was killed, I saw it as an irrational way of abusing our power, to take a weaker thing and mutilate it." Music also formed a large part of River's life, and the actor was in the band Aleka's Attic with his sister Rain. He wrote for the group and recorded a few songs, but they never made an album. River combined his passions for acting and music in the 1993 film with The Thing Called Love, which saw him play an up-and-coming singer in Nashville. So at the time of River's death, the 23-year-old had the world at his feet. He was working on the movie Dark Blood alongside Judy Davis and Jonathan Pryce. The actor was also dating fellow film star Samantha Mathis. And on a break from filming in October 1993, the couple visited the LA nightclub The Viper Room alongside River's sister, Rain, and of course, young Joaquin. That night, while leaving the club, River died due to a lethal drug overdose. And after maintaining her silence for 25 years, Samantha finally opened up about the night River died in an interview with The Guardian in 2018. She said, "I knew something was wrong that night, something I didn't understand. I didn't see anyone doing drugs, but he was high in a way that made me feel uncomfortable. I was in way over my head." Over the course of the night, it seems that River had consumed a fatal cocktail of drugs. He later collapsed on the sidewalk outside the Viper Room and began to convulse. Samantha witnessed the scene and went to get River's siblings. It was Joaquin who called the emergency services, while Rain attempted mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. After an ambulance arrived on the scene, paramedics tried to resuscitate River, but they were unable to do so. The young actor was subsequently transported to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center and was declared dead at 1:51 a.m. on October 31, 1993. River's legacy, however, continues to this day. On the anniversary of River's death, October 31st, fans continue to pay tribute to the late star. Furthermore, many famous actors have cited River as an inspiration. These include James Franco, Jared Leto, and Leonardo DiCaprio. And in the immediate aftermath of River's death, his Indiana Jones co-star, Harrison Ford, also paid tribute. River had most recently starred alongside Harrison in the 1989 film Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, in which he played the young Indy. Paying tribute to his late co-star, Harrison told the New York Times, "He once played my son, and I came to love him like a son and was proud to watch him grow into a man of such talent and integrity and compassion." And 20 years on from River's death, the actor's legacy was explored in Gavin Edwards' book, Last Night at the Viper Room, River Phoenix and the Hollywood He Left Behind. In 2013, the biographer told USA Today that River's power was in his ability to connect with people. Gavin said of River, "In this world of teen idols, where everyone feels polished, he was a beautiful boy and wonderful actor. But there was a degree of eccentricity and sense of being an outsider. People bonded with him. They thought he was trying to make the world a better place and not trying to book his next job." Another person upon whom River had a lasting impact was, perhaps unsurprisingly, his brother Joaquin. The younger sibling would follow in his brother's footsteps to Hollywood, becoming one of the most celebrated actors of his generation. To date, Joaquin has 4 Oscar nominations under his belt, including 1 win for his role in 2019's The Joker. Joaquin then took the opportunity to pay tribute to River when accepting his Best Actor Oscar at the 92nd Academy Awards in February 2020. After delivering an impassioned speech on animal rights and equality, the actor turned his attention to his late sibling. He simply said, "When he was 17, my brother, River, wrote this lyric. He said, 'Run to the rescue with love and peace will follow.'" And while it seems that River has never been far from Joaquin's mind in all those years after his passing, the Joker star also credits his mom and sisters with keeping his brother's memory alive. His family established the River Phoenix Center for Peacebuilding, which aims to continue the late actor's activism and commitment to making the world a better place. But while Hart has been unable to channel River's legacy into something positive, the mom admitted that she still mourned her son. She told 60 Minutes, "The grieving process happens out of nowhere, you know? I'll be driving and all of a sudden I'll feel it and I'll just welcome it." So it would seem that River continues to live on, not only through his lasting legacy, but through the bonds that he shared with his family. Joaquin explained, "There's always been a presence in all the work and the path that we took individually and collectively. I think that we've all felt his presence and guidance in our lives in numerous ways."